Hi there, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my patrons and subscribers, welcome my baby dinosaurs. And so for today's video, we're going to be talking about Joe Biden's or President Biden's first 100 days. So I have a whole selection of questions that we're going to go over. If you have not watched part one, do not worry. I put the link for that video in the description below, along with the article where I got all this information from as well. If you guys also want to check out my next live after this video at 10:40, it might be 11, I might push it to then. I'll be talking about Trump's first 100 days as well. So we have a lot to talk about. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's jump right into it. Excuse me. All right, just so you guys know, I love you, and I do hope you guys enjoy this. I have all the lists of everything that I'm going to be talking about. If you're watching this on replay, just go to the description. I have everything going to be time-stamped later on when this video is over. I do have it based on topics. So let's just jump right into it. So we all need to just really say a quick few things. It's just for entertainment purposes only and educational purposes only as well. And guys, know that we're counting down to Trump is out of office, and we have 5 days left. And so let's just jump right into everything. Let me just exit this all out. And just so you guys know, when I am recording this or live streaming this, today is January 15, 2021. And our first topic that we're going to be talking about is health. So for our very first question is, hi everyone, thank you for coming. All right, so COVID-19 released a vaccine distribution plan, $25 billion on vaccine production and disbursement, and calls for an eventual vaccine to be free for all Americans. Will the vaccine distribution be free, and will it be successful? So let's take a quick look at that. So Spears and Ansels, tell me. Will the vaccine distribution be free, and will it be successful under Biden's first 100 days? Will that be one of the policies that will pass? What do we need to know, Spears and Ansels, tell me? What do we need to know? Will the vaccine distribution be free, and will it be successful? Be free for all Americans. Okay. And here's Biden, the world's leader. No, not right now. No, it doesn't look like it's going to be one of the things that Biden will accomplish within his first 100 days. And it looks as if it's the Senate that's the problem. Because we have here, there's going to be one senator. Now, Kamala Harris is a tiebreaker, but we also have a conservative Democrat, Joe Manchin from West Virginia, and so he's going to fight with the Democrats. So it appears like that's going to be a very hard sell for the Democrats to be able to push this through. We have here, they're looking for one vote. They need one vote in order to pass this. They have everyone else on board. We have here the world's leader, which is the world is Washington. This is an embarrassment to the U.S., and it's going to be an embarrassment for Joe Biden. And we have here, he's not going to be able to have that support system within the first 100 days. And here's the Senate reverse. It's going to all hang on Joe Manchin and whether or not, or Senator Manchin, and see what he does. Because we have here, he will be the deciding factor that will determine whether or not the Republicans are able to block it or Biden won't be able to pass it. So there's that. So the next question I will be asking is, will we be rejoining who and keeping Dr. Fauci? So let's take a quick look at that as well. If you're wondering where I got all the questions, I linked the article in the description below if you are wondering where all this information is coming from. You can also check out part one, and part one of also Trump's first 100 days as well. All right, so Spears and Ansels, tell me, will be rejoining who? The World Health Organization. Will the United States be rejoining? Okay. Yes, we will. Because we have the corrupt president, we had the corrupt government here, we have the reverse. It was a big disruption, but it wasn't too big of a disruption because it wouldn't be enacted until like a couple of months before Inauguration Day, so it wouldn't have been as big of a deal. We have here Trump put a halt to the funding for WHO. However, Biden will be rejoining the World Health Organization. So, yes, I do see us rejoining. Now, let's take a look at Dr. Fauci. We'll be keeping him. I don't know. Spirits and angels tell me, will Dr. Fauci be kept on Biden's team? Will Dr. Fauci be kept on Biden's team? What do we need to know, spirits and angels tell me? Will Dr. Fauci be kept on Biden's team? What do we need to know? Yes. It's a yes card. Victory, yep. Biden will stay on, Fauci will stay on Biden's team. So the next one that we're going to be talking about is Biden's healthcare proposal offers a new public option plan that builds on the existing Affordable Healthcare Act. So let's see, will they be able to have a public health option? Spirits and angels tell me, will Biden's healthcare, will it be able to add or be able to put on a public option for people to join and have Obamacare? What do we need to know? Okay, we have one card here. Oh, okay. He will get the votes. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it done in the first 100 days. Because we have here is wishful thinking. Then we have the 45 coming in. So 45 does something with Obamacare. It's gonna be detrimental. It might do some. Maybe they don't have the funding. Maybe funding was taken away and we direct this somewhere else. It does look like this would be one of the policies that Biden will not be able to get done within his first 100 days, but will get done. We have here. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of fixing, but in the end, he will have the votes to pass it. So yes, he will be able to do just that. I do also want to add in, I completely forgot about this topic. We're going to also talk about Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia as states. So let's just take a quick look at this as well. All right, let me remove this. All right, so for Puerto Rico, spirits and angels tell me, for Puerto Rico, the state of the Territorial of Puerto Rico, will it become a state in the U.S.? Will Puerto Rico become a state? Under Biden, it will. But yeah, okay, so we have here in the past, it's the economy, the hurricane, not being able to have the right funding. Here we have the driving motive is the mistreatment of the people in Puerto Rico. We have here was a wishful thinking in the past, but now it's a reality. We have here a lot of people are not going to be thrilled about joining the United States, but necessarily the territory is broken. They had no choice, really. They will be joining Biden, and they will give Biden an edge in the Senate. And we have here it's because they want to get out of trouble into smoother waters. So I do see Puerto Rico becoming a state. Let's look at Washington, D.C. The reason why D.C., anyone who lived in the territory is not going to be able to get any help or funding. That's particularly because it's not a state. So they don't have a national military. So spirits and angels tell me, will the District of Columbia become a state in the United States? Okay. Why does that card keep coming up? It looks like it will be. It looks like because I know Puerto Rico is more conservative leaning in terms of their social policies. And so what they might do is they might say, okay, if you want DC to come in, well, you have to put Puerto Rico in as well, because Puerto Rico may vote more conservatively than Washington, D.C., where they will vote heavily liberal by 90%. So we have here, it's going to be a tough sell in the past, but right now they have the support. They have the Senate. It looks like if they were to do this or add in a couple more senators for the Democrats here, we have, they wouldn't have to try to edit their proposal to fit Joe Manchin. And we have here opening a balance to the Democrats. So the Democrats will have a little bit more leeway in what they want to do. So our very next topic that we're going to talk about is the economy. So let's take a quick look at that as well. All right, so spirits and angels tell me the economy will reverse Trump's corporate tax, raise corporate income tax to 28%, making less than $400,000 will not pay more in taxes. Oh, okay, that's what Biden wants to do. So that's what it's saying. So Biden wants to reverse Trump's corporate tax and raise corporate income taxes to 28%. Americans making anything less than $400,000 would not pay more in taxes. So let's take a quick look at that. Will Biden reverse Trump tax cuts? Let's see. Spears and Angel, tell me, will Joe Biden or President Biden be able to reverse Trump's tax cuts within the first 100 days or anytime during his presidency? We have here someone leaving. Yes, he will be able to. Because Trump is leaving, and so it will be pretty detrimental if Biden was to keep this tax plan going. We have here, he will make an executive order or something along those lines, and he will indeed repeal it or reverse it. And we do have here as well is, will Biden reverse Trump tax raise on those making 100,000 or more? Excuse me. Or less. I meant less. Let me just put that. Added that. Sorry about that. So yes, so basically what happened was when Trump passed his tax cuts in 2017, he added a little law in there that no one had noticed. And I kind of noticed is where basically anyone in 2021, if they don't reelect him, basically is what was going to happen is that anyone making less than 100,000 will be taxed heavily. So that's why Trump was pushing the narrative that Biden was going to heavily tax you if you elect him. That's because it was him doing the work. So let's see. Spears and Angel, tell me, will Biden be able to repeal Trump's tax freeze? Yeah, he will be able to, because we have here as well, we have the Queen of Cups, we have Kamala Harris, it won't be a hard sell, it'll be a very good decision, because Biden truly cares and he doesn't want anyone to feel economically or financially restricted. And we have here, he's going to help the people. This is what he really cares about. So Biden will be helping the people. He will repeal that tax freeze that Trump has been trying to put on everyone. So, will Biden be able to create 5 million jobs through a series of large investments geared at benefiting different business areas? Quote, Made in America will put $400 billion in domestic manufacturing and an additional $300 billion into research and development. So, Spears and Angel, tell me, will Biden be able to create 5 million jobs with Made in America within the first 100 days? Will Biden be able to do that, Spears and Angel? Tell me. Okay. All right. I'm also going to use my Biden deck. So let's take a look at this. Will Biden be able to pass Made in America policy? Was help give 5 million people jobs within the first 100 days of his presidency for President Biden? What do we need to know, Spears and Angel? Tell me. Can you give me an answer? What do we need to know? Okay. Okay, interesting. All right, so we have here, it's going to be a pretty hard style. It's going to be pretty tough for them to do this because the Republicans are going to try to block it. The Republicans are going to try to block it. We have Joe Manchin here again. They're going to try to restrict it, but also the narrative here that the Democrats need to push is that a lot of people are financially restricted and the Republicans are saying no, they're not. So that's going to be one of the big issues. We have here as well the two of stores. It's not going to be too bad of a decision. It looks like it will be Kamala Harris who will not have to make a decision. So it might be a Republican crossover, which will make it 52. We do have here as well, Charlotte, which means Biden will not give up. Biden will ensure that this happens. Biden wants to make sure 5 million people get the jobs. And we have here, he knows that Trump stole it. The Trump economy stole a lot of people's jobs away. So Biden wants to be ensure that, we will be able to get those 5 million jobs for people. So there's a lot of things that we're doing. I apologize, everyone. Hi, everyone. Who just came in. I know it's a lot of information, but trust me, it's going to be very worth it. We do have another live after this at 10:40, I believe. 10:40 p.m. I might push it to 11 p.m. We'll be talking about Trump's first 100 days. So I do hope to see you guys there as well. All right, so we have topics. So the next topic is climate. Will we re-enter the U.S. immediately into the landmark Paris Climate Accord? Many of you guys may have remembered that Trump had took it out of the climate accord not too long ago. So let's just take a quick look and see what may be happening there as well. We will be re-entering. And this is the part 2 of the video, part 1. So if you guys are interested in checking out part 1, I've linked that video in the description below as well. All right, so the spirits and angels tell me about this. I apologize. I don't know why it's taking me so long. All right, so spirits and angels tell me, will we re-enter the U.S. immediately into the landmark Paris Climate Accord? Okay, so all these cards that keep coming out, we have here, we have the Page of Pentacles. So yes, we will. At one point, it was supposed to be Hillary that was president. We have here that didn't happen because Trump took it away from her. We have here, though, there will be a lot of support for Biden to go back into the climate accord. We have here is because of climate change and everything that's going on. And we will have here, it looks like Biden will be, President Biden will be talking to a lot of these people to try to figure out, okay, so the climate accord is not working. How can we move faster, so to speak? So he might be doing something like that. Will Biden be able to organize a, quote, climate world summit to assist nations with high carbon emission to take climate action? So let's take a look at that. Spirits and angels tell me, will Biden be able to organize a climate world summit to assist nations with high carbon emission to take climate action? Okay. What else do we need to know, spirits and angels tell me? What do we need to know about this? With the Climate World Summit, will Biden be able to do this? Interesting. Okay, so we have under this, he's not going to walk away. You know, Trump walked away from this policy we have here. It's going to be a major cornerstone, and literally it's a stone here, of Biden's presidency. So Biden needs to make sure that he's in this. We have here the Democrats reverse, and it's the president, the emperor reverse, which means that right now it might be a little too difficult because he's going to have some sort of difficulty. We have here there's going to be 2 senators that are going to be out, so it looks like someone may be sick, and it might lean the Senate in favor of the Republican. Maybe someone had COVID, maybe someone can't come to work that day, or they opt out to not vote to allow this to happen. But it feels like Biden won't be able to get it done. Just how he does it might be a little different. All right, so will Biden energy plan, was a $2 trillion investment, will it boost reliance on clean energy and climate sustainability practices by 2050? Take a look. Spirits and angels tell me about that. Will Biden clean energy plan, which is $2 trillion investment, will it boost reliance on clean energy and climate sustainable practices by 2050? Okay. Can you tell me anything about this, spirits and angels? What do we need to know about this? Can you tell me? Can you tell me about this? What do we need to know? Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we have here, there's a policy that he can't walk away from. It's not a policy that everyone can walk away from. It looks like the country may be broke at this point, and it might starting to have a surplus of money. We have here the Senate's going to be fighting. So the Senate will be fighting. We have here strength. He may not have the support that's needed. This may be sometime by midterms. I know we're talking about the first 100 days, but it does feel like it's midterm season or something like that by now. We have here the Hermit reverse. It's unpredictable what's going to happen in terms of the $2 trillion investment, and it's just a matter of time what's going to happen. So we don't really know specifically where everything's going to go. It does look like it's up for grabs, and where that goes is pretty different. So we should definitely take a look at what may happen in the future. All right. Will this same plan help to support communities disproportionately affected by climate change? He plans to use 40% of that funding towards that, as stated in the environmental justice plan. So spirits and angels tell me, will Biden be able to use this plan to help communities that are affected by climate change. What do we need to know about this? All right, we have, yes, he will be able to. With the change from the president, like the former president, we have Trump here as well. It's going to be, Biden will have a lot of support on this. Environmentally, yes, you will have a lot of support. It will, because of a major death. So there may be something big happen in terms of, climate-wise, and it might push the entire Senate to have no choice but to do what they need to do to stop this. So there's a lot of topics. I do apologize, but trust me, it's going to be good. So the next topic that we're going to be talking about now is voting rights. So let's take a quick look at that. Most topics only have 3 questions, so just know that. It's not going to be too long for each topic. Yeah, I'm just reading some of your comments to each other. All right, so strengthen the Voting Rights Act. Would it be extending? It will be extending the original 1965 legislation following the death of a civil rights icon, Representative John Lewis of Georgia. So Spears and Angel, tell me, under Biden's first 100 days, will he be able to extend the Voting Rights Act? Under Biden's first 100 days, will he be able to extend the Voting Rights Act? What do we need to know, Spears and Angel? Tell me. Interesting. Okay, so we have here, it's predictable because of all the corruptness that happened in the 2020 election that will plunge this into reality. We have here voter rights, voter suppression, gerrymandering. It has put a lot of people in the disenfranchised section. We do have here as well, we do have the Hierophant. We're going to do what's right for the American people. So it does appear to me as if we will be able to do it. We will be able to get these people help and the help they need. You will be able to do just that. And we do have here as well, it's going to be a lot of options. There might be a lot of things added into this bill or extension, but it's going to ensure that people do have a right. And it's going to be probably named after John Lewis as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing. And now, will the Voting Rights Act be successfully passed, or will it actually work? Because those are 2 very different things. You can pass a law, but will it be enacted? Will people actually use the law? Or will they actually abide by it? And that's a whole other question that we need to talk about. So I figured that would be a good question to discuss. All right, so Spears saying to tell me, will the Voting Rights Act be successfully passed? Will it be successful? What do we need to know, Spears saying to tell me? Will the Voting Rights Act be successful? We have here, it's a good opportunity, it's strong. We have here, it doesn't even feel like Kamala Harris will need to be the tiebreaker. We have here, it looks like it's just going to breeze right through. It's just going to be one of those bills that's just going to pass without any problems or pushback. We do have here Kamala Harris reverse, which tells me that she won't be needed. And we do have here, they may have the votes. They may just have the votes to do this. Or Kamala Harris, in the sense, will be the tiebreaker for this. So it looks like it can go either way. Guys, I'm not taking any questions from the chat. This is just specifically for Biden's first 100 days. If you're talking about January 18th, just take a look at my previous video. I'll be doing a little commemorative thing for Martin Luther King Jr. as well. So there's that as well. So yeah. All right, so the next topic that we're going to be talking about is impeachment, similarly checked, and riot. So let's take a look at that. How will the Trump impeachment affect the first 100 days? What do we need to know, Spears Angel? Tell me. How will the Trump impeachment affect the first 100 days of Biden? All right, so it looks like because of his impeachment, once he starts to look like an eye, right? We have here Biden's going to struggle to get his nominations and his nominees through for the first 100 days and major legislation. It appears that the impeachment is going to overshadow a lot of his big policies, and he won't be able to get a lot of the things that he wants done within the first 100 days. So it does look like it is going to hinder his first 100 days as well. It's going to be pretty difficult for Joe Biden. All right, so Spirit Angel, tell me, will Trump be convicted in the Senate? So under Joe Biden, Spirit Angel, President Biden, okay. Sorry, guys. Under President Biden, will they convict him? Will they convict President Trump? Will they convict him of inciting insurrection in the Senate? Will they convict him? Joe Biden here. Okay, so it makes sense because I was giving you guys reading and kept going back and forth, and that it can go either way basically. It looks like the Democrats do have the support of enough senators. The question is, they need 2 more. So we do have here in the past, we have the King of Swords, which is the incumbent. My incumbent card, he's gone. Trump is gone. He's no longer the incumbent. We have here as well, we have the Sun. He does a lot of bad things. That's what the insurrection is. We have here, they have the support, and I kept getting a no, but there's a possibility here is that, it looks like at one point the Democrats had the support to impeach him, but once he's gone, it looks like they lose 2 people, which means that they won't be able to convict him. We have here as well, we have Trump, and it looks like 2 Trump senators as well. 2 Trump senators, and, it'll be a woman and a man. I keep getting like someone like Kelly Loeffler energy and David Perdue, that type of energy as well. It'll be a man and a woman will have to make a major decision in the Senate whether or not they want to convict him, and so they will have to make a choice. So it does look like it can go either way at this point in terms of the conviction. So a lot different than what happened the past 2 days when I read on it. So what I do on my channel is I don't give prediction. I just give you updated on what my cards are telling me at this specific time. This is the likeliest outcome. Will we get another stimulus check in the first 100 days? Will it be the $2 trillion bill, basically? So let's take a look at that. I'm sorry if you feel like this entire live is being rushed. I'm trying not to make it feel that way. I'm just trying to be able to get as many questions for you in a short amount of time so that you guys are able to just go back and just be like, okay, it's not wasting my time. You know what I mean? All right, so let's jump into the very next questions. Spirit saying just tell me, will we get another stimulus check within the first 100 days of Biden's presidency? Will we get another stimulus check within the first 100 days? Okay. Yeah, we will. It's going to be pretty hard to get it through, though. We have here the loss of an incumbent. He's no longer the leader, so Trump is no longer the leader. We have here the presidency has a brand new president. We have here the country leaving. It's trying to heal from all the trauma of the Trump presidency. We have here it's on inauguration day. They might try to do this on exactly on inauguration day. So it is a transfer of power. And we do have here Biden, the new leader. It looks like this would be something brand new, a brand new bill potentially that may have not been said when Biden was just president-elect. Now, the next question that we'll be asking, will there be any rise or insurrection against the United States within the first 100 days of Biden's presidency? So let's take a quick look at that. Okay. Spirit saying to Tommy, will there be any riots or insurrection against the United States within the first 100 days? Will there be any riots or insurrection against the United States within the first 100 days? What do we need to know, Spirit Angels? All right, so my spirit guides are telling me to put this back here. Where's my, okay, so on the bottom of the deck, we have Trump here. Where's my riot card? Let's see. How far away is the riot card? What's it, the tower card? Okay, so the tower card is not here, which means that it looks pretty good. So we'll be fine. We have here the first 100 days. It's the end of a Trump era, the end of the Trump theology. It feels like because the Trumpism is now starting to die, we have here they won't be able to get through as easily as they once were able to under Trump. We have here Kamala Harris or women will step in and make sure that this thing does not happen again. And we have here as well, we have to just wait. We didn't have a man baby. See, this is a child. We had a child in office. We don't have a child in office anymore. We have Biden. We don't have a baloney man calling Trump. We have Biden now. So he is not a little child. So it does feel like this will be a lot easier and a lot of people won't be rioting as much. They don't feel as restricted. They feel like they don't have time to do and riot and stuff like that. So I do see there won't be any riots within the first 100 days of Biden presidency, or at least nothing really big, so to speak. We have here for this, we have the next topic that we're going to be talking about is immigration. So let's talk about that. We have a lot of good stuff. So for the very next question I would be asking is, will Biden pass a resolution making it easier to have a pathway to citizenship for 11 million migrants living in the United States illegally, known as Dreamers? Spears and Angel tell me, will Biden pass a resolution making it easier to have an easier pathway for Dreamers, for the 11 million Dreamers? Yeah, he will. He will. Because we have here the Queen of Pentacles. It came to a halt. It was all about money for the Trump presidency. We have here as well, we do have the Ace of Cups. What this tells me is this is all about like the policy here. Everything that's going on, everything that's happened, they will have a lot of support. So a lot of people in Dreamers, they will have a lot easier way to citizenship. They're going to try to analyze what happened and why these citizenship came to a halt. So what really stopped it? We do have here as well, there will be a lot of opportunities going ahead and what exactly is going to happen next. And we do have here, there is going to be some sort of strife, so there will be some problems arising from this. But in the end, a lot of people will end up getting easier way and easier pathway to citizenship for a lot of Dreamers. Okay, so will the DACA become permanent? Because I know President Biden said within one of his 100 days he wants to make DACA permanent because so that people like Trump can't remove it. I don't know specifically what DACA is, so I can't really explain it, but I do know it has something to do with immigration. Spirit Angel, tell me, what will DACA become permanent? Something just flipped. Okay, will DACA become permanent, Spirit? Will DACA become permanent? Okay, so this card came out again, so this must be significant. Yeah, it will be, because we have here the Ace of Wands. It was a brand new policy put forth by the Obama administration. We have here, then Trump came in and he basically destroyed it and overturned it. But in the future, it will be no option but to make it permanent. And we have here, it will be a really good option worldwide. So it will help America's status on the world stage as well. So the next question that we're going to be talking about is, will Biden stop the practice of separating immigrant families trying to enter the U.S. from Mexico? So let's take a look at that. Spirit Angels tell me, will Biden stop the practice of separating families trying to enter the U.S. from Mexico? Okay, they're telling me to leave that there. What do we need to know, Spirit Angels? Tell me. Will Biden be able to put a stop to the practice of separating families? All right, so we have here, it was predicted. So this is like a prediction card for me. And we have here's Biden coming in. So Biden's going to come after these people. And it's going to be the end of the separation of families. So yes, I do see Biden will indeed put a stop to separation of families at the U.S. border. All right, will Biden establish a task force focused on reunited children and parents separated at the border? Spirits and Angels tell me, will Biden establish a task force focused on reunited children and parents separated at the United States border? Okay. We have here, there will be victory for Biden. Biden's going to come in But these people said yes, we'll make a task force, and it's going to be a big accomplishment for the Biden presidency. We have here is going to make sure it looks like an executive order, and we have here it's going to be almost like a gift. But a lot of these people are not going to be able to get their kids back. It does feel like a lot of the kids are lost or stolen, or like they were sold off. So it looks like not all the parents will get all their kids back, so they might not be able to reunite all of them. Okay, well, will Biden be able to overturn the Muslim ban on countries? Will Biden be able to overturn that, the Muslim ban on other countries around the world? Will they be able to overturn that? Yeah, he will be able to. So we have judgment. So it was a lot of judgment when Trump tried to do that. We have here, it hindered a lot of relationship, which close ally, close relationship with the U.S. with a lot of these countries. It really damaged a lot of America's image, its perfect image of democracy and understanding and equality for all. It does feel like this will be one of the main cornerstones of the Biden presidency is restoring the way America's image used to look. Or making it better part. And we have here as well, you have the moon. So there's always something hiding. So something's hiding that we're unaware about right now, but Biden won't be able to repeal it. And now the question here that really remains is that, we're restoring the image of the United States, but the question is that this always has been the image of the United States. The only difference is that Trump has unearthed it, so to speak. We started ugly of the United States, and quite frankly, we need to fix it. We can't just throw it under the rug and ignore it and pretend like we never saw it. That's not fixing anything. Will Biden hold immigration and custom enforcement and custom border protection personnel accountable for inhumane treatment at the border? Just give me 1 second. When I read on this in part 1, I got a big yes. So let's take a look and see what happens here. Spirits and Angels, tell me, will Biden hold immigration and custom enforcement, quote, ICE, and custom border protection personnel accountable for inhumane treatment at the border? Will Biden hold these people accountable? Yeah, he will. We have here, we have a lot of these people were very unhappy with things that are going on. So a lot of these people who did these bad things were very negative, and they were taking their feelings and emotions out on these people, innocent people. We have here at the time, we didn't have someone very compassionate, very emotional. Trump enjoyed this. He really loved what he was seeing in terms of like the hate that was going on with all these people. We have here as well, a lot of these people stole a lot of money, a lot of things from a lot of these people. Their dignity and everything from them, the mental, the physical, the spiritual, everything from them. They have stolen everything from these people. And so, yes, I do see in the end, we will be able to have a good scenario where a lot of these people will be held accountable. This is the best card in the deck. And here we have the White House. So Biden will be indeed making holding these people accountable, and it seems like this will be even stronger outcome than I had originally got the first time. Chris, you're my news station, so much info, don't need to go anywhere else. Love you. All right, so let's look at our very next question as well. The next topic that we're going to be talking about is justice. So let's take a quick look at that as well. This is very important. It has a lot of information that we need to talk about and things for everyone else to know and everything else. So yeah, let's see what's in store for the Biden presidency when it comes to the topic justice. All right, Spirits and Angels, Tommy, will Biden institute a National Police Oversight Commission into community policing measures? What do we need to know about that, Spirits and Angels? Tell me about that. Okay, here we have the emperor, which is the president. So we have President Biden. We have, a lot of the bad policy, that we saw under Trump presidency. It's disgusting. He's appalled. We have here, it feels like he's going to make this Kamala Harris job. So Kamala Harris will be creating a National Oversight Police Commission to help with the policing measures. And we do have here the way that things used to be run by these police stations is going to come to an end. So I do see that he will indeed do just that. Well, Biden tasked the Justice Department with investigating possible issues of police and prosecuted misconduct. So basically, meeting this was one of the policies that Biden took on when during the George Floyd protests for Black Lives Matter, when kneel on a man's neck for I forgot what the crime was or what he was accused of. I'm not exactly sure, but it's inappropriate to do something like that, to kill a man for no reason. Well, Biden tasked the Justice Department with investigating possible issues of police and prosecutorial misconduct. Excuse me, I just stuttered. Okay, we do have here, it looks like it's going to be another Kamala Harris thing. We have here when Trump transfers power over to the next president, which is going to be either Nancy Pelosi still, or it could be like almost like Biden, who's very spiritual. When he passes energy over, it looks like Biden will still be making Kamala Harris, because she does have a lot of experience in this area. She will be the one handling this department, so she will be with tasked in the Justice Department. Well, Biden quickly pushed Congress to pass the State Justice Act, which includes taking steps to reduce the use of mandatory minimum sentences for nonviolent offenses. So let's take a look. Spears and Answers tell me, will Biden quickly be able to push the State Justice Act in the Senate and the House within his first 100 days? Will Biden be able to do just that? Yes, he will be able to. Yes, he will be able to. Because we have here, he has a lot of votes. It's just something that a lot of people are very passionate about. And we have here, yes, Biden will come through and he will be able to make this happen real quick. I do see like this is going to be a big thing. A lot of these topics that we're talking about, it will be a very big thing for Biden as well. So let's take a look at this. Well, this State Justice Act institute policies geared at lowering the chances of released prisoners from committing a crime again. So just a little explanation. It is a little wordy. Basically, what it really means is that, in countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, what they do is they actually educate a lot of the prisoners, and they get them in an area where it's almost like a dorm, where they just teach them education, things that they need to know to get them back into civilization, like kind of feel like they're a part of it and making a difference. So maybe if they were a criminal and they want to learn how to become a lawyer, but be a lawyer for a good reason, then that's what they do. To kind of get them back into society without just hindering their ability. So it will also have studies have shown that because of that, it actually have lowered a lot of the abilities for them to commit a crime again, because they do feel like they have a life and they feel like they're worth it. So let's take a look at that as well. Spears and Answers tell me, with the State Justice Act institute a policy geared at lowering the chances of released prisoners from committing a crime again. Okay, that was weird. So we have here, it looked as if we have the Page of Pentacles. It was a once in a thought that would never be able to come to fruition at one point. We have here, a lot of these people may not want or think that this is a good policy. However, the challenge is, will it work? Will these people go in? Because, Americans are a lot different. They're kind of like the Florida of the world, right? And no offense to anyone that lives in Florida. And we do have here the hierophant, the government. The government's going to make sure that people are able to live successfully in a societal world where they're able to thrive just as well as anyone else. And it does look like this will be a key cornerstone. So a lot of these people are going to be able to re-enter the workforce and be able to be more mentally and physically stable, so to speak. Will Biden be able to plan an international summit where Democratic leaders discuss ways to push back against corruption and authoritarian practices, as well as expand human rights? So let's see that. Let's see about that. Spears and Answers tell me, will Biden be able to plan an international summit where Democratic leaders will discuss ways to push back against corruption and authoritarian practices, as well as expand human rights. What do we need to know about that, Spirits and Angels? Okay. So it looks like in the past, a lot of human rights around the world were stolen from a lot of people. We have here again, this is all about authoritarianism. It feels like these people are not very compassionate. They have leaders that are not very compassionate, like Brazil, for example, or like us. We have here at one point, they didn't care if people were being evicted from their homes. However, when Biden comes in, this is my comma Biden card, it'll be all about love, sending these people love and light and energy. And we have here a lot of these people are going to end up crying because they haven't been able to feel this love. And so at one point they may reject it because they feel like almost like it's out of the ordinary for them to understand and know and feel that the government can actually care for you, that the government actually can help you. You know what I mean? Like it almost feels like they're worth it. Like the government doing something finally. And a lot of them may try to escape away from the comfort zone, and they will become spiritually. They will be able to allow this to help extend their process to a higher level. So it does look like this will play a major role for a lot of people. Now, for the next question that we're going to be talking about is education. You know, I have so much topics for you guys. I apologize, but we're almost done. I think this is the last topic, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's the last topic. All right, so the next question that we will be asking is, will Biden be able to create changes to higher education as well as pre-K through high school? For some of you guys who are from abroad, pre-K just means pre-kindergarten, and pre-kindergarten just means before you go to school for some reason. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. It's kind of like not nursing home, but like where you take your little kids to go learn some stuff before they actually go to school. It's like school before school. It's weird. It's the whole American system is really weird. I'll tell you that. Thank you guys. All right, so will Biden be able to create changes to higher education as well as pre-kindergarten to high school? What do we need to know, Spirits and Angels? Tommy? Will Biden make changes? Okay, so we had challenges, it's a struggle, and there's going to be a lot of pushback. You know, a lot of people are like, well, if I didn't get the education like this when I was younger, why should they? I almost feel like a lot of these people who are trying to push back are very selfish. I feel like this is the public, at least the old, not the older generation, not offending anyone here who's older, but I'm just saying like a lot of the conservative older base would say, well, you know, my education, well, I was in high school and, you know, I got a job and did whatever. We don't need education kind of thing. That's the attitude that towards a lot of this. It does feel like this is a lot of wool energy that I'm getting here as well. So it does look like there will be pushback. But let's take a more deeper look. And I hope I did not offend everyone, okay? I love you guys dearly. All right, so Spirits and Angels, tell me more about this. Okay, so we have here it's the Trump administration as well. He did something with the education. I know in my department, in my area where I'm located, he got rid of sex ed. So we don't have any sexual education, so to speak. And I live in New York, by the way. And we have here as well, we do have, what I'm seeing here as well, we do have, it is going to be a good option, but the question is how they go about it. Yeah. How they go about it is going to be pretty difficult. It looks like this will be one of the things that Biden won't be able to pass through for his first 100 days. Yeah, with the nursery school, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. Thank you for that. So for the next question that we're going to be talking about is, will Biden put the College All Acts, which would eliminate tuition at public colleges and universities for families making up to $125,000. Be really nice, you know. You can get to go to college, and then you don't have to pay an insane amount of money. You know what I mean? So Spirits and Angels, tell me, will Biden be able to pass the College for All Act within the first 100 days of his presidency? We have here as well, we do have the King of Wands. We do have it will be a really good gift. If you think about Biden's more of a moderate, so to speak. What we have here, this will be like a really good thing for progressive. This is like a progressive idea, but being passed through a moderate president. You do have here, there might not be a lot of holdback. There's going to be a lot of support. So yes, it does look like this will be a very good thing for a lot of young people going to college, even anyone at any age who want to go back to college. Okay, so will Biden be able to get private, historically black colleges and universities and minorities serving institutions to be tuition free? So let's take a look at that. Okay, your answer, Tommy. Will Biden be able to get private, historically black colleges and universities and minorities serving institutions to be tuition free? All right, so we have here the page of stores. We do have this was very good. It was a brand new idea. Making these colleges for people who from different backgrounds, different diversities was a really good idea. However, we have here as well, we have the King of Cups, and basically just talks about Biden. So Biden coming in. Biden is not the incumbent right now, right? My incumbent card is reversed. So, but when he is, there will be information that's going to be revealed for a lot of these people, minorities. And we do have here as well, it is going to be a big loss. There is something lost here. Maybe they don't have the money to, drive to school. So there might be another issue along that lines. We do have here as well, however, it does look like it's a very strong possibility. It looks like one person will make the difference in the Senate. It looks like it might be 52. And we do have here a lot of these minorities and people from all diverse backgrounds are going to feel like they don't have to hold on to their money anymore. Like they can spend it on things that they need without having to worry if they're going to be able to go to school and eat and drink and do other things as well, other necessities. And we do have here, it's going to limit a lot of hardship. And I do feel like this will be a very good thing. And it does look like it will happen. So I will definitely say for sure that it does look like they will be able to make these colleges tuition free for a lot of people, black minorities. I'm not saying any of you guys are minorities, but I'm just saying like for anyone within a diverse background would be able to get what they need in order to go through the education process to help them. Because the best way that you can survive in the world is you need an education, and that's how a lot of Republicans are able to hinder a lot of these people's abilities. Is that by lowering education, they want to be able to up the status level. We want to be able to make sure that you guys are able to go up the scale and that you have equal opportunities as well. And so there is that. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content such as this. Don't worry, guys. I am going live at 10:40 tonight. So in 40 minutes, I'll be going live again. 100 days of the Trump presidency. Make sure you have questions, any question that you want to ask about what's going to happen within Trump's first 100 days after he leaves. Hold on to your questions and put it there, because that's where I'm going to answer a lot of your questions, because I don't have a lot of questions for that one. So hold your question for 40 minutes, and I'll see you guys very shortly. I love you, and I have a very wonderful night. Peace out, my babies.